Full story translation. Rahaf and the Enchanted Rug. Rahaf was a young woman in her mid-20s, working at a small company. Among her colleagues, she was known for her great passion for traveling. For her, traveling was not just a hobby, it was the essence of life. Every month, she would set aside part of her salary and place it in a small wooden box in her room, saving dreams inside it, waiting for the moment when those dreams would turn into a new adventure. Her closest friend, Ranim, often joined her on these journeys. Unlike Rahaf, Ranim was cautious and less impulsive. But when Rahaf suggested traveling to a distant country famous for its vibrant markets and dazzling colors, Ranim agreed without hesitation. Neither of them knew that this country carried a dark reputation tied to sorcery and witchcraft. When they arrived, the city was alive with noise and color. The streets were crowded, the markets overflowing with people, and the air filled with scents of spices and perfumes. They wandered happily, laughing, taking pictures, and buying souvenirs. One day, they entered an old market filled with shops selling traditional clothes, silver jewelry, oriental perfumes, and prayer rugs unlike any Rahaf had ever seen. Rahaf stopped in front of one rug. Its patterns were intricate, its colors vivid, but there was something strange about it, something she couldn't explain. She whispered to Ranim, "Look at this rug. It feels like it's casting a spell on me." Ranim frowned slightly. "It's beautiful, but I don't know why it feels unsettling." The shopkeeper, an old man with a white beard and piercing eyes, approached them. His voice was calm yet strangely persuasive. "This rug is special, unlike any other. If you wish, I can embroider your names on it with golden thread." Rahaf's eyes lit up with excitement, while Ranim politely declined. The man began stitching Rahaf's name, but as he worked, he muttered words she couldn't understand. She assumed they were blessings or traditional phrases and paid no attention. A few days later, they returned home with their souvenirs. Rahaf placed the rug in her room and began using it for prayer. But within 3 days, strange things began to happen. Whenever she prayed, Rahaf felt a heavy weight pressing on her head. Sometimes she heard whispers, and sometimes, when she lifted her head, she saw a distorted face forming in the rug's patterns. One night, she woke suddenly and saw black hands rising from the rug, moving in the air. Terrified, she grabbed her phone and turned on the flashlight. Instantly, everything vanished. She tried to convince herself it was just a dream, but her heart knew otherwise. The next day, her mother called her angrily. "Rahaf, why are you stepping on the rug like that? I saw you with my own eyes." Rahaf froze. "Mother, what are you talking about? I didn't do anything." Her mother's words deepened her fear. Later that evening, while Rahaf sat in her room scrolling through her phone, a sudden chill swept past her. She turned and saw a dark shadow standing on the rug. Her breath caught in her throat. The shadow moved closer, and suddenly she couldn't breathe. It was choking her. She tried to scream, but no sound came out. Then everything went black. When she regained consciousness, her mother was beside her, pale and terrified. "Rahaf, you were screaming horribly. Your eyes rolled back, and you were hitting the floor and the rug violently." Rahaf burst into tears and told her mother everything. Her father immediately brought a sheikh to the house. The sheikh examined the rug and asked sternly, "Where did you get this rug?" Rahaf answered weakly, "I bought it during my trip abroad." The sheikh shook his head gravely. "This rug is filled with magical inscriptions. It is not ordinary." He began reciting verses from the Quran. As he did, the rug's edges started to move as if alive. The air grew hot, and suddenly the rug burst into flames before their eyes, burning until nothing remained but ashes. Rahaf sat in shock, while the sheikh said, "My daughter, stay away from such things. Sorcery and witchcraft bring only harm. The Quran is the light that destroys this darkness." From that day on, Rahaf's story became a warning. Stay away from sorcery and witchcraft, for they are doors to evil and destruction. And remember, the Quran is the shield that protects against the shadows.
The Haunted House Continuous Narrative. In the summer of 1974, the Harper family decided to start a new life away from the noise of the city. John,
Full story translation.